Hoss00312, thank you for following. Give me just a few minutes to get ready, and we should be starting soon. Back. I'm hearing a fair bit of thunder outside, so if my stream suddenly goes offline, you know why.
Today's stream is powered by Bifrost and brought to you by Anonymous Pizza Parlor, the best pizza you may or may not have ever known.
Been a while since I've done that. Alright. Let's go ahead. Alright, so we have a couple days remaining. Reen and Saber's words have touched me. They fill my empty cup with water, so to speak. I have no way of knowing if the water is pure at this point. Even so, I can see where I need to go from here. You have more resolve to your countenance. Have you found the answer you've been looking for? I don't know, but I'm okay now. At Saber's question, I shake my head. I may not know, but I'm not paralyzed by confusion anymore. The days of worrying about my past are gone. From now on, I'll live in the present. Saber gently smiles as I explain my heartfelt sentiments. Alright, now I'm ready to fight. My next opponent is Julius, who's been an obstacle from the start. By the time I defeat him, I should be able to accept what I am. I only have 2 more days to prepare for my elimination battle. I need to learn the secret behind Julius's servant's ability to conceal himself, and then defeat it. In order to successfully pull off the plan I set in motion yesterday, I need to lay low. I should talk with Reen one last time and then head to the arena. Let's see. Anything in the library? Aha! As long as I'm researching Julius, I should look into the Harways as well, hence the library. The Harway family leads a Western European plutocracy. It is a corporation with numerous subsidiaries that control many nations and has its own army. About 30% of the world's land and 60% of the world's wealth, based on GDP, belongs to the Harways. The Harways distribute the world's resources and wealth equally among nations. That's their policy. That policy rubs certain groups the wrong way, and those groups retaliate with terrorist acts. Oh, look who has returned. It's Leo, the next head of the Harway family. Maybe he can confirm some of the things I've just learned about the Harway family. For instance, do they really think equal distribution of the world's wealth will lead to world peace? 'Cause I believe that's communism. Of course it will, and of course we can do it. So long as the ruler who presides over it is perfect, the government will be fair and just. What must he think of those who reject the Harway's ideas? Well, it is true that our little Western European plutocracy isn't perfect at the moment. Selfish, perverse individuals do reside within our hierarchy. Rin Tosaka's displeasure is founded. But once I become head, I will eradicate those cancers and usher in a new era of human history. A bold claim. He spoke without trepidation and without attachment to the current era that he plans to discard. Now that I've given you a taste of my utopia, I must be off. Please, use your remaining time wisely. We're getting a lot of thunder. Okay, checking the chapel. Alright, third floor. Gonna check on Tosaka on the rooftop. Good work setting the traps yesterday, Silver. You know what comes next, right? We need to drive Julius straight to those traps. And for that, I have a plan. A plan? Despite her bantering tone, it is obvious that Rin was being dead serious. I want you to go into the arena and set up a series of ambushes next to the trap, Silver. If I manage to time it right, I should be able to force Julius to enter the arena. Rin will be doing that alone? Without a servant? That'd be incredibly dangerous. She might be killed in the attempt. I cannot allow her to risk her life for such a mad plan. Don't worry about me. I've been going it alone so far. Why should I stop now? That was a big one. Don't worry about me. I've been going it alone so far. Why should I stop now? Seriously, relax. I'll make sure that everything goes as planned. However, none of this will matter if Rin is murdered by Julius. Although slightly startled by my vehemence, Rin somehow silences me with one of her glares. Oh, jeez. Wind's picking up too. I'd better, give me a second. Oh man, it's getting really nasty. There. close the window. Hopefully that should be safe. Alright. Although slightly startled by my vehemence, Reen somehow silences me with one of her glares. Please don't insult me. Unlike you, I've survived situations far more lethal than this. This is just another dangerous situation amongst many. So don't worry. If I fail, I die, and I don't plan on dying just yet. And at that time, Julius will probably lose it, right? If I die or not, you'll come out ahead. As Reen continues to prattle on, I take her into my arms. She feels fragile in my embrace. Hey! What in the hell are you... What am I doing? I don't even know. The fear I feel for this girl who can so casually shrug off death overwhelms me. It just now hits me how cruel and vicious her daily life must have been. What I do know is behind her cold, hateful facade is a caring person, worthy of respect. And even though I understand the necessity, I do not want to put Reen in any danger. Julius is the kind of person who'd kill anyone in his way, especially someone like Reen. But I can't do this alone. For that reason, I cannot push Reen away. Idiot. That's the very reason why I'm doing my best. Thank you, Silver. But this is how I am and how I will always be. Even if I'm no longer a master, if I'm to die, I want to go down fighting until my last breath. But really, I don't plan on dying yet. You just concentrate on exposing Julius's servant. I can see your determination in her eyes. I have no choice but to match her strength. This plan will succeed, regardless of what may happen. Alright. Supply run in the commissary. Give me a second. Alright. I've got a lot of money. Let's see. I have a feeling Dragon Cloak will come in handy. Alternatively, Enhancement Spike. Maybe I'll save those for later. Calling it. Gonna run into Julius right over here. Alright, and before, just in case, I'm gonna save state here. Alright, second floor. Master, do not fret. We've prepared as best we can. Now all we can do is wait for the enemy. You've put a lot of effort into these traps. Do not let your impatience overcome you. That's right. We've done as much preparation as we could. Now it's just a matter of following the plan. Ooh, scary music. Are you in the arena yet? Go wait by where you set the traps and I'll drive Julius your way. While I'm worried about Reen's safety, I need to focus on what I need to do now. I'd better hurry and head to where the traps are set before Julius and his servant arrive. Alright. Okay. Break. Okay. Ow. Ow. Oh, that hit hard. Okay. Uh... I'd like to try that sometime. How about we trade places next time? Wasn't there a manga where I think Shiro and Saber traded places? Like Saber was the one summoning Shiro or something? What could that terrorist possibly be plotting to do now? We won't be able to move until we have more information. But first, I must take care of that young boy. Now then, it seems that you've been plotting something. I wonder what exactly. There's nothing particularly wrong. Let's go. Alright. Okay. Here we are. This is the place where the anti-artifact trap was set. If it reacts to Julius's servant, it'd mean that his invisibility was a result of a talisman, such as his noble phantasm. As I hide myself in the shadows and wait for Julius to pass by, I receive a message from Reen. Julius entered the arena. The rest is up to you, Silver. Reen? All I can hear from my terminal now is static. She said Julius was heading this way, but what? Did Reen? Pull yourself together, fool. Reen did what she had to. Our turn will come. They will be here soon. This fight will decide our fate, so failure is not an option. I've got to calm down. Reen fulfilled her promise. Now it's up to me to hold up my end. I cannot fail now. Is there something wrong? Huh? No, I was momentarily distracted by a triviality. It's not even worth swatting a fly over. I see. Nothing. This one didn't react. That means his invisibility isn't dependent on an item or a noble phantasm. This particular trap did not respond. Master, let us move to the next trap and hope for a better result. Saber's right. It'd be a total disaster if the next trip triggered without us being there. We have to move quickly to the next trap and hope that something happens. Alright, Ow. That's bad. Okay. Nice crit. And did be. Alright, let's see. We made it. This is where we set the second trap. The one that's set to react to thaumaturgy. And just like before, I hide in the shadows and wait for Julius to arrive. They're here. I can feel the presence of that master, but I cannot see them. Perhaps they hope to ambush us. That could be the case. So, do we withdraw, Julius? Remember that even a mouse will fight when cornered. No need. I'm still on edge after that skirmish with that tiresome girl. If our foe is here, I will crush them. You seem obsessed with our enemy. But then again, you two couldn't possibly be more different from... Is there something wrong? Almost as if he was aware of our plan, Julius's servant stopped and then glanced in my direction. My feet suddenly feel like they've been nailed to the ground, and my blood seems to freeze in my veins. No, it is nothing. You seem to be aching for a fight, and far be it from me to dampen your enthusiasm. Did they actually overlook us? Or are they just toying with us before striking a potentially fatal blow? As they move on, my paralysis fades away, leaving me with clenched fists and drenched in sweat. As I take a deep breath, I realize that the trap didn't react in any way. So the servant isn't using thaumaturgy. Only one trap remains. Hopefully, third time's the charm. At any rate, I need to hurry to where the third trap is. Alright. Alright, Ow. Wait. Got him. All right. This is the third and final trap, the anti-spirit trap. If we can't break through his invisibility by disrupting his chi, we're pretty much dead. It's almost time. Not this again. What a disappointment. I guess they aren't smart enough to know that such things don't affect me. Such irritating insolence. Do you know where they are hiding? Huh? Oh, this trap! I see. So you've managed to move both the heavens and the earth. What's happening? Truly amazing. Most excellent, Julius. It seems our enemy is allied with a magus of the highest order. This trap uses all 8 divinations of Tao. To force my chi back into myself is quite an accomplishment. As is obvious, you've overcome my concealment, and the injury you've inflicted will take days to heal. This isn't the time for mirth. Be alert for the enemy, as they must be close by. There's no need for you to panic, Julius. Our enemies are right there, close enough to reach out and touch. He knows we're here. That glance wasn't random after all. A sinister smile forms on the servant's lips. In contrast, Julius's expression remains frozen, but the terror his presence causes courses through me. So you somehow controlled the flow of your energy with martial arts to conceal your presence. However, if we are to cross blades, servant, at least extend the courtesy of telling me your class. I must respect the fact that you have decided to fight rather than flee. Very well. My class is Assassin. Once again, I commend you on defeating my concealment. No other opponent has managed that before now. And despite my class, I will never say that any life is worthless. If I am to asphyxiate a target, I'd rather it be a lion than a rat. But still, I am doomed to do only evil. An assassin who attacks only from the shadows would dare attack an emperor such as I? A poor jest. Your skills are now useless. Your final curtain draws near, assassin. Is that so? Do not think even for an instant that stealth is my only useful skill. Though you may have the form of a young girl, you are one of the truly powerful legendary souls. It appears that this battle will be one to be excited about. So you dare to label me as nothing more than a child. It is you who are beyond callow, assassin. Your attempts to slander my greatness are vulgar and offensive. But I am magnanimous, if nothing else, so I shall end your puerile taunting by simply removing your tongue. Interesting, but I have no intention of allowing you to take either my life or my tongue. With that said, I cannot maintain this form for long, but I will at least bestow upon you the torment of hell itself. Hopefully this means now we can actually land a hit on him. Thrice setting sun. MP heal. Artillery applause. Screw it. Yep, we've actually landed a hit. And luckily, it seems our skills would override any attack or break moves. Although it can still be blocked by guard. Let's see. Ow. Ah, crap. Good thing I save stated. Or not, yeah. Alright, heal. Nice, guard break. I should be able to survive the rest of the turn. But we did no damage regardless? You're wrong. We actually did scratch him. So you hide your true powers, Servant of the Sword. This cannot be the full extent of your powers. Separated by the system, Julius's servant can only bellow at the seriously winded Saber. Did I expect too much of you? If this was your full potential, I will take your life 2 days hence. I do not understand. How did they survive a confrontation with Assassin with so little ability? The only reason why Leo deigns to notice you is the fact you were one of the masses. However, I still ask why. There is something about you that truly irritates me. Never mind. I don't care. The Elimination Battle will come soon. It is there that this farce will end. With those final words, Julius and his servant fade away, as if they were swallowed by the surrounding darkness. The pressure that seemed to crush everything in the area fades, and my entire being screams with exhaustion. I take a deep breath and look over to Saber, who is standing beside me with a serious expression. I tried my best, but that man is truly incredibly skilled. I see now that it is time to truly test my resolve. Saber continues to mumble, seemingly oblivious to my presence. While trying to decipher their muttering, my terminal begins to chime. Silver, are you still among the living? Reen sounds as if she's in some pain, but surprisingly, there's a genuine warmth in her voice. All that matters is that she's alive. I'm so overcome with emotion at hearing her that I grip my terminal to keep my hands from shaking. Are you okay, Rin? Yeah, more or less. I had to burn through all my protective programs, though. But I am still alive, so no worries. More importantly, how did our plan go? Thanks to you, Rin, we were able to reveal Assassin's presence with the anti-spirit trap you created. With what we discovered, we should be able to fight them. I see. Good. I'll restore full access to the arena for you now. But don't feel you have to push yourself today. Sorry to bail on you, but I really need to get some sleep. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Now I can forge ahead and explore the areas beyond here. The identity of Julius' servant and Saber's behavior concerns me, but I have no time to look into it. I have to keep moving forward, being sure that I don't forget to track down the triggers. Alright, so Matrix level 3. Obfuscation. A skill used to completely conceal one's presence. Although this ability allows the user to become almost completely invisible, the sheer amount of natural energy required almost screams out that some form of thaumaturgy is being used. Should this person's opponent be a skilled magus, their presence would be noticeable in some extrasensory fashion. There is a way to achieve this state of being without the use of any kind of magical aid and using only the abilities inherent within one's own physical form. But the level of concentration required is far beyond what humans are capable of. While a common skill of all servants of the assassin class, the level to which he is able to almost completely obscure his presence goes far beyond the limits normally associated with this ability. Well, now we can just head back this way. Is your mic acting up, or is that how loud the rain is? thunder's pretty crazy. I think part of it might have been my mic because I'm adjusting it here and there. Let's see. Ow. Yay, almost at the next level. Alright. So, going through this way. Return crystal. Okay, that's always helpful. That's a lapsus. Alright. A bird, so it double taps. Ow. Alright, heal. Yep, I made a good call. Waha. Just shy. Alright, what's going on down this way? Big room. I don't think I want to fight that thing. Let's see. Ow. Alright, I made a good call. I just realized the enemy's called Sandstorm. Do. 8,000 PPT, okay. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Darude from your Emerald stream wakes up from a nap and his namesake is evoked. This should finish him off. Alright. Spiny lobster. I'm guessing that's the thing Fujimura wanted us to find? Yeah, I remember it now. I'm kind of concerned about this thing. Yep, sure enough, it's an enemy. Just in case. Alright. Good thing I did that. Let's see. Magic crystal fragment would probably help. Thrice setting sun. Alright. Taking advantage of skills overriding attacks and break. And there we go. That actually wasn't too bad. He was a bulky guy though. Actually, I think... Oh, that's right. I already used Sakura's special lunch. Damn it. Alright. Bird. Alright, let me, Yeah, still adjusting my mic a bit. Alright, let's see. Do-do-do. Bird. Ooh, got a crit on that one. Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do. And I made a good call. Alright, what's down here? Elixir. Ooh. What's that do? Does it do the obvious? Totally heals servant HP and MP. Yep, that's pretty obvious. Wait, hold on. Okay. Another golem. Okay. let's see. Another MP heal. Artillery applause. Ow. Yeah, these golems look pretty intimidating, but they're not really much of a threat, are they? Alright, let's see. Another golem. And by the look of it, I'm guessing that leads to the exit. So, ether fragment. Magic crystal fragment. And one more magic crystal fragment just to be sure. Okay. Gonna go ahead and save state. And time to engage. This should clear it out. Okay, guarded for that one. Not quite dead yet. Oh, he's dead. One turned the bitch. Alright, oh. Did not lead to the exit, but it did lead to the second trigger. Trigger code Kappa. Just gonna... I wish I had a second emote slot so I could use that silver troll emote. We've retrieved both triggers. I cannot wait to see their faces when we arrive at the Colosseum. Alright. Up here we go. Ah, there's the exit. Okay. Before we go any further, I guess I can go ahead, retrace and see about filling out the rest of the map. Surprised I dodged that. Not so surprised I didn't dodge that. go. Last Christ. Christ. And he did. Dead bird. Yee. Okay, so now if we head over this way, I'm gonna have to heal some MP. Heal. Nope, I said heal. Fat fingered the wrong button. Okay, and now... there we go. Safe state here. Bird spotted. The bird spotted me. I messed that one up. Ow. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Good thing I save stated. Alright, fine. Damn bird. Alright, pure ether. And that looks like we cleared up the map, so I guess... let's at least use a fragment or two to get Saber back up in top shape. Because we've still got ways to go before we reach the exit. I'm surprised I stuck by all of them. Yeah, I don't think there's any getting past this one. Yeah, I went back because I felt bad. Ow. And there we go. Alright. This way. Actually, let's check the status. Let's see about getting another couple of fights in. Look at the birdie! Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. And dead bird. Alright, let's see. I made a good call. Dead bird. Nice. All right. I guess now we can head out. Main thing I wanted to do was get that other level up since we were so close. Alright, return to campus. Above all else, I'm glad you are safe, Master. Sleep well, tiny saber. Okay, so I guess tomorrow, unless there's some story-related plot going on, we can finish up the first floor. Alright. Let's save. Alright, last day before the Elimination Battle. Yesterday's plan succeeded, and the form of Julius's servant was finally revealed. He obfuscates his presence, going seemingly invisible by melting into his environment. Now I know how he does it, but I don't know if I can win. Today's the last day of the prep period. Tomorrow, I'll settle the score with Julius. I should do everything I can so that I have no regrets. I'm also worried about Reen. I have to thank her for yesterday. Alright. Anything else in the library? Aha, something here. A martial artist who perfected the art of concealment. There are very few people who have managed that. As I continue reading about martial arts masters, I come across more information regarding concealment. Concealment. A very powerful technique that only a handful of warriors, most notably Baji Quan masters of the Qing dynasty, were able to master. By harnessing their vital energy, masters of this technique were able to make themselves one with both heaven and earth. Doing this allowed them to effectively fade into the background, making them invisible. Baji Quan. That might be the fighting style that Julius's servant uses. Considering the uniqueness of the form and its characteristic heavy blows, I'm probably not too far off. Beating him will be a challenge, but this knowledge will help. All I can do now is trust my servant's power. Okay, some vital information. Alright, first floor. Fujimura, I have your lobster. Okay, that didn't sound as dirty in my head. So this is the legendary delicacy known as the mighty lobster. I'll be sure to savor it. To commemorate this moment, allow me to give you my prized tea service. You receive Taiga's tea service. Alright, checking over on Reen. Oh. That is very valuable. There aren't that many. I'm so sorry. Please come again next week. Oh, right. Okay. Time to do that alteration. Let's see. Ooh, that would be pretty good buff to have. And let's buff that defense as well. Good. I feel much stronger. I dare say our connection has now progressed to a whole new level. Nah. Alright. Checking the rooftop. Oh, Silver. Hey, I almost forgot to congratulate you on yesterday. Nice work. It was all thanks to Reen. After hearing her pained voice yesterday, I'm worried about her. Well, we did go at it for a second, but don't worry about it. I've had worse injuries. Injury? I knew I shouldn't have let her put herself in harm's way. I said don't worry about it. I knew enough about Julius to avoid the worst of his tricks. Even being focused on evading him as I was, I knew I could survive at least one hit. But enough about me. Did you get a good look at his servant, or figure out who he is? Julius' servant. I didn't uncover his identity, but I was able to break through his ability to hide his presence by disrupting his chi. Impressive. He must be a kung fu master whose skills at concealment allows him to become one with nature. Julius' servant is probably a legendary soul with a martial arts pedigree. Kung fu master. That would explain his fighting style. If his mastery of kung fu is that advanced, it should make it easier to discern his identity. Today's your last full day to prepare, so get to it. You'll be facing Julius after all. With that, Reen turns and walks away. Today's my last full day to prepare. I'd better make the most of it. Train in the arena, then head to the chapel. There's so much I still need to do. Alright. So Reen's okay. Let's check down in the commissary. Actually, formal wear. Dragon Cloak would probably help here. Switching the Mermaid Cloak. Hate to say it, but that served its purpose. You know what? Let's, stock up. Couple of ether crystals. And that should be good. Alright. Word around the campfire is that Sakuramato made lunches for all the masters last round. I wish I could have gotten my hands on one. Are they as good as people say? Oh hey, Reen's down here now. How should I say this? You may have become a powerful master, but you're still vulnerable. Context for the Kappas, just got done with a phone call. One of the triggers was coded Kappa. What is it you're lacking? Is it insufficient preparation, or is it the paucity of information? What is it with her? Every time I see her, she immediately starts lambasting me without any warning whatsoever. If I weren't so numb to my situation, I'd probably just go back to my room and sob in humiliation. Numb? Try blissfully ignorant. It'd be more accurate. Anyway, Silver, I have time on my hands, so if you want to ask something, do so now. Of course, I'll only answer questions that pertain to being a master. I normally can't be bothered with things like this, but I'm feeling generous, so ask away. Although I'm a little wary of her offer of help, the opportunity is too good to pass up. That, and she's actually being nice. For her, anyway. So, let me see. Your thoughts on the Grail War? I want to know how she feels about the nature of the Holy Grail War. Not about the system per se, but the fact you have to kill to live. Huh? I'm honestly surprised you're still hung up on that. I can tell you're still in shock that people are dying in this Holy Grail War. I wonder if it could be that your entire view of the Holy Grail War is completely wrong. While I agree the conditions are severe, I cannot say that they are unreasonable. Everything has its limits. The land, resources, reputation, even time itself is finite. Everyone has different goals, and the resources to fulfill them are limited, which leads to conflict. To have your wish granted, another's wish must be denied. That's the way of the world. The rules found here in Seraph are simple compared to those that govern the real world. I mean, in the real world, innocent bystanders are frequently victims of the fighting around them. Compared to that, the terms of the Holy Grail War are quite fair. I'd go so far as to say moral. The motivations and consequences are made clear, and there are no innocents here. Our backgrounds are probably totally different, so my reasoning might not make sense to you. And don't forget that conflict between individuals is not necessarily a bad thing. Understand your foe to win. Anticipate your opponent to win. Respect your opponent to win. These three things are what I consider to be the essence of the Grail War. How this reality came to be the Holy Grail War, I honestly couldn't tell you. I personally think the system was created for the purpose of better understanding mankind. So, is there anything else you'd like to ask? As much as I think most violence is unnecessary, I try not to necessarily think of it as good versus evil, but more like opposing forces. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, that kind of thing. Kind of like sports teams. It doesn't matter what sport it is, one of them's got to win, one of them's got to lose. Alright. So what is the fate of the world? I want to ask about the fate of the world, because I have no memories of the past or what it is like on Earth. Everything's a mystery to me. It seems that even after being told, nothing's really registered with you. It's obvious that you still have no idea what state the real world is in. Let me try to explain again from a different angle. The world is doomed to wither and die. It's not going to happen right away, of course. There's no easily identifiable danger to prevent. There was a global catastrophe 30 years ago, but it actually helped stabilize the population. However, with the massive loss of life, all progress came to a crashing halt. Now there's no war, no famine, no poverty, but there's no advancement. Only stasis. New discoveries, scientific breakthroughs, even space travel have all come to a standstill. So that's basically what's been happening in the Lost Belt parts of Fate Grand Order, that basically every scenario involves societal dead ends, basically, where, yeah, nothing's really tearing everything down, but at the same time, nothing's really advancing either. Mankind has yet to even explore the moon. History itself has somehow been corrupted. Since the near extinction of mankind, human society has stagnated, like water in a marsh. The Harway family wants to keep the status quo, as it is easier to maintain than change. That may work in the short term, but resource scarcity and environmental decay isn't far off. Yeah, that's why Leo's plan won't work. Like walking down an incline, it's only really noticeable if you look ahead instead of at your feet. And if the incline was endless and there was no hope at the end, would you keep going? I don't hold to that fatalistic view. That's why I'm here, to fight against a hopeless future. To defeat the short-sighted plutocrats who'd allow the world to rot away, namely the Harways. Oh, I'm not saying that I should win because of my desire to save the world. The value of a person's wish isn't determined by its grandeur or its intent. Everyone has their own reasons for entering. I just thought I'd share mine with you. I don't really have anything in particular to ask. Sorry if you think I was wasting your time. That's so? Well, if you say so. I'm surprised at your diligence, to be honest. If I ask anything stupid, I'd just get ripped apart. Silence is sometimes the best choice. Oh, you were busy? Sorry for holding you up. I take it you were going to the arena? Be careful. As she watches me go, she raises her hand and waves at me. That was totally unexpected. Could today be the one day of the year when Reen is actually in a good mood? Alright. This is the arena entrance. Should I head inside? Alright. First floor. And I just need to finish up the map. We can go about our business now without the threat of being accosted. That's good. Aha! A shortcut. Oh yeah, she's hitting harder. Ow. Ow. Good thing I blocked. I'm guessing that was the remaining 2%, but I'm gonna keep hugging the walls just in case. Alright. Yo, Saber, you okay? Let's see. Big heal. Ow. Dead bug. Alright. There we go. Okay, good call. Ow. Alright. Okay, so that was the trigger, so I guess... screw it. We finished up the map. I think we can just head out. Alright. Aw. No. She's having a nice cup of tea. Praetor, I have a proposal. Her voice is quiet. I've never seen Saber so serious and sincere as she is now. Her diamond bright eyes cut into mine as she announces she desires to entrust her finest weapon to me. We are facing an elimination battle. Although we have robbed them of stealth, we may very well lose. The fault is not yours. You have matured sufficiently. The one who lacks polish is your blade. So, I wish to use my noble phantasm in the next battle. We can no longer save it for the final fight. I wish for my full strength in order to defeat those assassins. And so, it is time you learned my true name. To reveal one's noble phantasm is tantamount to speaking one's true name. Perhaps I have put this off so long because I was afraid of letting you know my bad reputation. However, that fear has vanished. I believe that you will still fight with me once you know. And then, Saber tells me the name of her noble phantasm. Noble phantasms are voice activated, and the name itself reveals a lot about the legendary soul. When Saber uses her noble phantasm, her identity will be laid bare. Matrix level on our own ally servant. I leave it up to you to decide when and if to unleash it during the elimination battle. That is why, until then, I will not speak my own true name, as I do not wish for you to know of it. After we emerge victorious from this battle in the Colosseum, I will speak my name. Oh. Theater of the Deranged. Like using Codecast, press square while in battle to use your servant's noble phantasm. Saber's Noble Phantasm, Theater of the Deranged, can be used after the 4th turn of battle. Once used, your foe will take damage, and their strength and endurance will weaken over the course of 3 turns. Also, your servant's Noble Phantasm can only be used in battle once. Be sure to use it to your greatest advantage. Ooh. Okay, stakes are getting high. Aestus Domus Aurea, the Golden Theater of the Deranged. A theater based on the palace Nero had built after her original one burned to the ground. Called the Domus Aurea, it was a grand villa built upon the ruins of the homes of the aristocracy that once covered the famed Esquiline Hill. Historical accounts paint Nero as somewhat delusional, and she herself has claimed that she was an artist and performer of such incredible gifts that only the god Apollo could match her skills. She would often perform for the masses, but those spectators would frequently leave midway through her performances. She was so enraged by this obvious act of disrespect that she would order all entrances to the theater in which she was performing to be sealed until the final curtain fell. This noble phantasm is based on the highest and most difficult principles of thaumaturgy and superficially resembles a reality marble, though its effects are far more pronounced. It creates a reality in which one's imperial aspirations can be fully realized. Ooh, and we might actually get to see it. Nero reigned as an emperor during the years 54 to 68 AD, so 14 years. Although most surviving contemporary accounts paint her as a vicious tyrant who disregarded the Senate and violently oppressed the nascent Christian movement, nascent. Many scholars believe that these accounts are an attempt to discredit her, as she was incredibly popular with the citizenry. Whatever the case, her infamy is such that some theorize that the Book of Revelations found in the Vulgate Bible was written as commentary on and reaction to her supposed repression of the Christian faith, and have gone so far as to make the case that Hebrew pronunciation of her imperial name, Caesar, Nervin Kaiser, is the same as the phrase number of the beast. However, this has been proven to be patently false, as that term commonly referred to Rome itself, not to any one individual, royal or otherwise. Whew. So, Judeo-Christians did not like her. Alright. Also, let's see. So, after this one, that just leaves the other saber, Gawain, and a berserker. Alright, here we go. Time for the elimination battle. Today is the elimination battle. In case you forgot, come to the first floor when you're ready. After delivering his reminder, Kodamine leaves. The elimination battle is here. I'm about to face my strongest opponent yet. I'll make some final preparations. That means getting outfitted at the commissary and sorting out information in my room. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's organize our information. My enemy is strong. The strongest yet, without a doubt. At least if I piece together what information I know, I might survive a little longer against him. Julius Belkisk Harway. He's the Harway family's assassin, and an enemy since day one. Saber was fooled by his servant's ability to enlarge his body, speed up his movements, obfuscate his presence. Julius's servant can obfuscate his presence, which allowed him to take out Saber in one blow. Then Julius's servant attacked us again, and Saber saw through it. The attack was magical circuit disruption. Right. From his attack, I deduced that the enemy uses a special form of martial arts. After witnessing him in action, I have no doubt he's a master. In one blow, he skews his target's nervous and circulatory systems, as well as their magic circuits. Julius's servant claimed that his technique was so effective that a second strike was needless. For anyone unable to sense his presence, that would indeed be a one-hit KO. To get around his invisibility, we set up traps to disable it. Thanks to the traps, we learned the source of his invisibility was state-of-the-art optic camouflage, thaumaturgical concealment, a martial arts technique. Alright, Matrix level E. Right, it was a Bajiquan technique, based on becoming one with the universe, called concealment. It was also a sign that Julius's servant reached a level of kung fu that few martial artists ever do. In other words, Julius's servant was a kung fu master. There's only one kung fu master in history who claimed he needed no second strike. Li Shuwen. Called the Master of the Demon Fist. He was both a valorous martial artist and assassin. Julius is a professional assassin. He knows a heck of a lot more about killing than I do. And on top of that, his servant is a martial arts master. They're a match made in heaven. I wonder how long I'll last against the two of them. Alright. Saving. And leaving the private room. Alright. So we may actually need to use our noble phantasm against this guy. Let's check the matrix. Li Shuwen lived from 1864 to 1934. A Chinese martial arts master from Yanshan County, Hebei, Jiangsu. One of the foremost practitioners of the style known as Bajiquan. He was so powerful that many remarked that with him, a second strike is needless as long as a single blow will suffice. In addition to his skills in hand-to-hand combat, he is also supremely talented in the use of the spear, so much so that he earned the name Divine Spear Li. His occasional use of this weapon sometimes causes his opponents to mistakenly classify him as a lancer. While this wouldn't normally be entirely incorrect, due to his master's desire for a stealthy servant capable of killing from the shadows, the traits more associated with the assassin class have come to the fore. On a final note, since his ability to become invisible is based on his natural abilities and not on any form of thaumaturgy, he is all but undetectable to the vast majority of magi or anyone dependent on magic. So that's our opponent. Ugh. This is gonna be one hell of a fight. Let's see. Go ahead and check the chapel, because I think we can still buff Saber a little. Or not, my mistake. Alright, commissary run. Alright, buy items. Let's see. I've got a bunch of remedies on hand. I've got a fair number of magic crystal shards, ether crystals. I could probably use an extra ether crystal. Alright. Okay. Give me just a second. Looks like the storm's passed, so... Well, for the most part. Come on. There we go. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Room was getting a little toasty. All right. Whew. Gonna go ahead and save. Here we go. You will now enter the Colosseum and confront the opposing master. Are you ready? Remember, the only way to leave the Colosseum is to win. If you are ready, I will open the gate. Let's go. The way to the Colosseum is now open, young master. I wish you the best of luck and hope that you will return. Remember, it's kill or be killed. Right. 2 masters enter, 1 master leaves. Can I say I do kind of like the color scheme that they have going on with each other? Even after all of those attacks, the fire inside you still seems to be burning brightly. What a pleasant surprise. You improved much since we last met in that sealed space. Assassin, please refrain from idle banter. Relax, I was just making conversation. Getting to know your opponent is the ultimate luxury. My foes usually crumple from a single blow of my fist, so I find this Holy Grail war to be truly enjoyable. Originally, the martial arts were a fight for one's life, with the weight of years behind one's fist. The opportunity for 2 people to face each other and try to crush each other's lives comes but rarely. Wouldn't you agree with me? Anyway, it looks like you have something you'd like to say to my master. This master of concealment and the strongest martial artist of all time must have saw something in my mean. There is definitely something I want to say to Julius, to whom I have several mysterious connections to, but... For what purpose do you fight? For what purpose? Seeing to it that Leo makes his way to the Holy Grail safely. That is my purpose. You serve your younger brother? Do I serve Leo? Of course I do. From the moment he was born, it was Leo's destiny to become the next head of the Harway family. As a member of the Harway family, it is only natural that I serve Leo. You're the eldest, yet you follow? I am what some would call an illegitimate child. But even if my birth were sanctioned, Leo is the culmination of the whole of Harway history. There was no opposition to his becoming the next head of the Harway family. So he didn't have any ambitions because they were not his to have. A low roar begins to sound as the elevator comes to a halt. Enough of this meaningless talk. Let us go, assassin. Understood. There are only a few battles remaining. Let's make the most of the ones that lie ahead. In one sudden movement, the man clad in all black turns around. Those dark, merciless eyes that used to scare the hell out of me. They no longer have any effect. Meeting his gaze, I step into the Colosseum. Alright, here we go. It seethes. It seethes! My blood, my flesh. Martial arts flourish near death. I have shed the complacency of earlier and have been born anew, thirsting for blood, like the Kyuki. Yes, it's like I've become young again. You are strong, stronger than any enemy so far. Now, let us compare our strengths. Show me what lies beyond perfection. Wolf, your sheep's clothing is peeled off. Now you would be more suitable for another class. Indeed, you do better not to restrain yourself to your delicate master's limits. You are weaker than a traitor king's manservant before the Emperor. Weaker than a candle's flame. And you say you are an assassin, but that is my domain. My life was riddled with conspiracy. Let's do it. Indeed, my fist needs no second strike. As if you could defeat us. In one strike, you'll understand my martial arts prowess. Here we go. Matrix level E. Oh, and he has his Noble Phantasm right off the bat. Ooh. This is gonna be ugly. Okay, I have her in guard. Holy! Okay, nope. Okay, yeah, retrying the battle. Okay. Let's try this again, jeez. Okay, so, Save state. Okay, so no second strike. Oof. And that's why I load state. Okay, so okay, let's try this. Thrice setting sun. guard. Heal. Break. Guard. Break. Attack. Alright, let's go ahead and save state and go. Alright. Big heal. Got a good crit. Okay. And he still has the Noble Phantasm active. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. Not too bad. So this is turn 3, I believe. Fount of the Saint. Let's see. Safe state. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Actually, wait. Hold on. Before I do. Just in case. All right. All right. Theater of the Deranged. Here we go. Okay. Also, digging this music. All right. Let's go ahead and save state. Alright, barely survived that. Okay, nope. Oh, it's my setting sun kicked in. Nope. Okay, load state. Actually, hold on. Okay, save state. Alright. No second strike. Ow. Right. Pure Ether. Alright, let's see. Save state. Yep, figured. Okay, good guard break. Oh. Ran out. But I was liking the music so much. Let's do this then. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Ether fragment, just in case. Fount of the Healer. Let's guard. Break. Attack. Guard break. Alright, save state just in case, and boom. Oh, wrong button. Alright. That was not what I thought he was going to use. Okay. That's what I thought he was going to use. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna play it safe and heal. Actually, no. Yeah, heal. Okay. Fount of the Saint. Guard. Alright. Save state. Let's go. Okay. Alright. Thrice setting sun kicked in. Nice. Okay. We're doing all right. Heal. Let's make a save state. Almost got him. Okay. Making good headway. If all goes well. And we've won. We did it. The battle has been decided. The famed warrior of the fist walks to Julia's side as he speaks. The black-clad harbinger of death has fallen to one knee and crouches on the ground. Julius, I won't insult you with excuses, but I will give my thanks. It's been a long time since I've been in the world. Thanks to you, I was able to fight in it again. The command seal on Julius's hand flashes red and starts to vanish. You've reached your final moment. Raise your head. What's wrong, Julius?
I can't die yet!
A scream that sounds like it's been wrenched from his heart echoes in the chamber. What are you?
I cannot die like this!
He clasps his hands together as if in prayer and continues to deliriously scream. I don't know if the strange light in his cold eyes is a blaze of madness or what. Julius begins reciting words that sound like a code or a spell in an anguished tone. His reckless opposition to the system causes him so much pain that he can't stop screaming. Knees bent and face twisted in pain from defiance, he nevertheless faces imminent deletion. It's a shamefully uncharacteristic display of desperation. And then, so he showed his true colors. The look in his eyes as he throws his head back and cries out is pure madness. After the flash of light, the two of them have disappeared without a trace. I wonder what happened to Julius. I have no idea. All I know is that he's gone. That means I'm the winner of the 5th round. I'm starting to feel like the end goal is in sight. For a change, I feel invigorated. As I return to the school building from the battlefield, I close my eyes and empty my exhausted mind. The thrill of victory, the agony of Julius's scream, and the sense of a lingering presence. All gone. Suddenly, I notice there's a person in front of me. It's Leo. I just defeated Julius, his brother. It only makes sense that Leo would be here. He would want to know the results of the battle. I didn't expect you to defeat my brother. I'm shocked, honestly. This changes my opinion of you. You are strong. I see that now. Leo's voice is so detached. It's not betraying any emotion. As far as I can tell, he doesn't seem to be harboring any feelings of revenge, hate, or the like. I'm not sure I should ask, but I can't stop myself. That's an odd question. Why would I resent you? People die in battles. This time around, it just happened to be my older brother. That's all. The only noteworthy thing is that you exceeded my expectations. I think his words are sincere. Leo's tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions back up what he's saying. The only thing that's different is that I see you in a changed light. I can finally see you for what you are. A fine and proper enemy. So much heat in that gaze. Leo just softly smiled like usual, but this time... What is this? I don't want to stay here anymore.
I don't want to face Leo anymore. It's just as if his eyes were the sun. Gentle, yet searing. Like my skin is being burnt away. Leo's emotions really did change. He's never shown that much emotion before. Why did he choose to show it to me of all people? Me, a stranger. Me, his future enemy.
That's right. Perhaps you'll end up being my final opponent. Huh. That's sort of exciting. I look forward to it if that happens. Well then, I look forward to when we meet you on the battlefield. That said, Leo left. As soon as he was gone, my back tingled. When I check it out, I find my clothes are sticking to the sweat on my back. Leo is as unrelenting as Julius, if not as obviously sinister. It's like the north wind and the sun. I feel like Leo is more advanced than me for sure. The sun sits in the sky as king of the world, the chosen one. I've never thought about how far away it is before. Hopelessly far. But eventually, I have to reach out and fight it, because only one person can obtain the Holy Grail. That was actually a pretty satisfying battle. A little bumpy here and there, but... You know of my Domus Aurea, Master. I will once again speak my name, though I believe you already know. My true name is Nero. Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. I can't hide my astonishment when she repeats her name. Nero Claudius, 5th Emperor of the Roman Empire, a decadent tyrant who indulged in every luxury and pleasure. A dilettante artist who persecuted Christians and tried to disassemble the core of Rome, the Senate. As a result, Nero was accused of treason, abdicated the throne, and ran off to commit suicide. How could Emperor Nero, who met such a pathetic end, be the same person as this girl? Or could it be, I don't want to imagine her being in such despair she would take her own life. We share such a bond, Master. I know what you were thinking. Yes, I was a tyrannical emperor who injured the lives of many, and who met an ugly end. I will not deny the facts. Neither should I be ashamed of them. I have my regrets. But I was true to myself through everything, and that is all that matters. She's just so strong. Her heart doesn't waver. Totally unlike mine. Anyway, whatever happened to Saber not wanting to let me know about her bad reputation? I said that because your opinion matters to me, though I'm not one to cave to others' assessments. Saber clears her throat with a loud cough and straightens herself up. The girl whose small body bore the burden of an empire at age 17 places a hand to her chest, as if checking her heart. Praetor, you may call me a tyrant, or even the whore of Babylon, and I will not mind. Because I like you. Your Excellency. That's, I'm flattered, but, It hurts, but if you dislike me, I will simply work hard enough to become worthy of your love. A little flustered. Sounds like a freaking name of one of those manga, like Komi-san can't communicate, or don't tease me Nagatoro-san. It's now like, you know, Emperor Senpai loves me.
Oh, yes. I can endure this pain for you. Just watch. One day I will take your heart.
Oh, so you're a phantom thief now? Saber squeezes her fist firmly in declaration. Declaration. Suddenly I can't talk. She looks like a child who's trying really, really hard not to cry. Why do you smile? Anyways, I have given you my name. Why do you always jump to Phantom Thieves with that? Because in Persona 5, the big thing is that they were Phantom Thieves that would steal your heart. Even a poorly regarded emperor is still an emperor, and I will defend you proudly as the best of servants. As a part of history, her life has been criticized for millennia. However, she is not ashamed. Saber is unerringly proud, because no matter what sort of life she led, it was one that she embraced grandly, and therefore, it could never be unsightly. That's true. When I first met Saber, I was gasping for life on the floor, thinking I can't die yet. But she looked at me proudly. She embraced me and my situation. She offered her hand to me and came to the aid of my spirit. The turn of phrase "steal your heart" has existed for decades, if not centuries, before the Persona series was a thought. Yeah, I know, but, you know, pop culture of the time. It's called Zeitgeist. Though it feels so long since we met, the memory is vivid. So what if she's got a bad rep and thinks she's the whatever of Babylon? Doesn't matter. I mean, no matter what Saber's name or past might be, her pride and confidence are unshakable. I see. Then, let me give voice to my gratitude. Thank you, Master. You've made me happy. I will never betray the trust you have in me. I do have to ask, though, was Emperor Nero actually known for being a swordsman? I imagine he'd have been a rider because, you know, emperors, they usually run around in chariots and things like that. He was stabbed. That's really the reason? I mean, at least Caesar had Crocia Mors, the golden sword. All right. Ah, that's right. Okay. Li Xuan's blows are almost always fatal, whether he throws a hard blow designed to kill, or a simple feint to draw his opponent into an attack. A saying that has managed to survive the passing of years is, for Li Xuan, a second strike is needless. It is this saying from which his noble phantasm gets his name, which, if I remember right, is Wu Erda. Forgive my mangling Chinese pronunciation. To be accurate, this isn't a noble phantasm in the traditional sense of the term. Rather, it is the ultimate expression of the true power possible by mastering the martial arts. Li Xuan is considered to be one of the very few who have gained total mastery over his style, and in fact was believed to have transcended the need for physical attacks, instead defeating his opponents by engulfing them in qi. There is much debate as to whether Li Xuan actually uses his qi to defeat his opponents, although the very few who have managed to survive a confrontation with him report suffering all of the effects associated with this type of attack, such as obscured senses, heightened state of paranoia, and the feeling that their nervous system was under almost unendurable strain. Liu He Quan, a Chinese meditative ideal,
It is a belief that true mastery of martial arts comes not through training, but acceptance. As this technique is extremely difficult to understand, let alone master, it is only when achieving the rank of A that one is thought to have actually begun to learn. Those with ranks exceeding A are considered true masters of the art. Technically, Nero was stabbed by himself. I mean, when you put it like that. Li Shuwen, master of the demonic fist. One of the few undisputed masters of martial arts, he maintains a delicate balance between the innate goodness and inherent evil found in all men. He fell victim to poison after earning the undying hatred of the countless families of those he had killed. Yeah, killing a lot of people like he did kinda does that. As a servant, the balance he maintained in life has slipped slightly, but he still values rationality greatly. While he does not see much difference between good and evil, he will react with disgust and utter contempt for those who stray from rational thinking, and for those who allow that what Christians call the 7 deadly sins to overwhelm their lives. He brings swift and inevitable death. Although he was known as a deadly fighter throughout his life, in his later years he discovered that true power lay not in the strength of his fists, but in the strength of his convictions. He spent the remainder of his life following the path of valor, not violence. He freely acknowledges that in his current incarnation, he is nothing more than a professional killer, but does so without bitterness or regret. And although he uses his powers as Julius directs, could it be that? Oh, question mark. New info on Saber. The Great Fire of Rome, July 19th, 64 AD. A devastating fire erupted in one of the poor districts of Rome and quickly spread throughout the city, reducing most of it to ashes. Contrary to popular belief, Nero quickly responded to the disaster and even contributed to relief efforts out of her own personal funds. While she became immensely popular with common citizenry, her populist policies combined with her sometimes bizarre predilections earned her the ire of not only the higher castes, but also of historians who insist on painting her as a tyrant. Taking the name Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus upon her ascension to the imperial throne, she was the 5th emperor of the Roman Empire and had the last of the Julio-Claudian dynasty, who had ruled Rome since its inception. The daughter of the cousin of the 4th Emperor Claudius. She was put upon the throne at the age of 17 as a result of devious scheming and possible mariticide by her mother, Julia Augusta Agrippina. Once on the throne, she immediately began to demonstrate her talents at administration as well as her ability to navigate the often murky political situation inherent in Roman government. As I understand, Agrippina is also the sister of Caligula. In addition to the above, Nero was also generally acknowledged to be a consummate diplomat who preferred discussion and compromise to warfare and conflict. She was held in especially high esteem by both of the peoples of Britannia and the leaders of the nations of Persia, who continued to refer to Rome as the country of Nero long after her death. While popular abroad and with the lower castes at home, the Senate and the higher caste members of the empire grew weary of her populist policies, extravagant expenditures on public entertainments, and occasionally irrational repression of religious expression. In the year 68 AD, a series of revolts drove Nero from the throne, and eventually to suicide. It was said that in her final hours she continually expressed her anguish that an artist such as herself had to die. But as those who betrayed her closed in, she quoted a line from Homer's Iliad. "Hark, now strikes on my ear the trampling of swift-footed coursers," and then drove a dagger into her throat. It's pretty heavy stuff. But we have defeated the assassin, Li Shuwen.
I think we're at a point where we could stop. Alright, so who are we going to raid? And what are we going to raid with? I think we'll go ahead and raid we'll go ahead and raid Lude's TV. And we're going to raid with the hashtag, with the message. It's not going to be a hashtag this time around. We are going to raid with Umu Identified. Alright. We're going to go ahead and raid Lude's TV. I believe I have work shifts tomorrow and Sunday mornings. So if I do raid, it'll probably be if I do stream those days, it'll probably be in the evenings. So no D&D tomorrow? Ah, right. Yeah, the D&D. In that case, there probably won't be a stream tomorrow then. Unless it's after. Depends on how late it goes. And of course, depends on whether or not my boss tries to keep me after. Because he's developed a bit of a habit of keeping me there longer than necessary. Anyway. Let's go ahead and raid, and I will see you guys later.